Hello, good morning everyone. Myself Basavaraj B, Assistant Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, BITM Ballari. Today I am going to teach you about conjugate beam method, where we will be finding deflection at a point for a simply supported beam carrying 2-point loads. So here this is an example which I am taking here. So here I have a simply supported beam of span L, where it is carrying 2-point loads W at equal distance from supports. So from left support the load is at A, from right support also the second load is at A. So load is at equidistance from either supports. In such case you will get the reaction RA as W and RB also W, and the bending moment diagram will be like this. So if you are going to find bending moment at this point, say if it is C, so bending moment at C will be W into A. Okay, similarly if it is point D, so the bending moment at D will be W into A. So it is bending moment at D is W into A. So if I take the EI as constant, so I will be dividing this by EI, so making this as an M by EI diagram. Okay, so the similar on the same lines, next I am going to take a problem. So here I have taken a simply supported beam carrying 2-point loads 20 kilonewton, which is acting at equidistance from A as well as from B. We have 2-point loads of magnitude 20 kilonewton. Both are acting at equidistance from either supports. So reactions will be 20. So RA will be 20 as well as RB will be 20. So if we take bending moment at C, so it is 20 into A. So A value here is 20. So it is 20 into 20, 40. Similarly, bending moment at D is again 20 into 2. So that is also equal to 40. Okay. So this is how you got bending moment diagram. Now let us convert this into M by EI diagram. So where we consider the cross section of the beam. So up to C, the I value, the cross section is I. So the value remains same. So 40 by EI. Similarly, up to D, the cross section remains same. So it is again 40 by D. Or simply you can see wherever the cross section changes, at that point you divide the bending moment value by I value once and 2I value once. So if you divide this by I, so you get 40 by EI. If you divide by 2I, so it becomes 20 by EI. So 40 by 2 will give 20 by EI. So similarly on other side also. So 40 by I value, first one you got. So for the second one, so it is 40 by 2 EI. So it becomes 20 by EI. So at point C, at point D there is a change in cross section. So at this point we will get two bending moment values. One is for I, other one is for 2I. So 40 is for I value and 20 is for 2I value. So 40 by 2I will give you 20 by EI. So let us put this diagram as a load on a beam, imaginary beam. Then this beam will become our conjugate beam. Okay, so in this conjugate beam, let us find the reactions. So reactions in conjugate beam. So here we have two support reactions, RA dash and RB dash, which will be equal to total load divided by 2. So since the loading is symmetrical, so up to AC the load belongs to RA dash, from B to E the load belongs to RB dash. So it is total load divided by 2 in simple words. So here I have divided this into 3 areas, 2 rectangles and 1 2 triangles, sorry. Area 1 and area 2 is triangle, area 3 is rectangle. So these two are same. So half into base is 2, height is 40. Half into base into height. Like this we have two areas, so 1 and 2. So I am multiplying this by 2 plus this rectangle. So width is 4, height is 20. So total will get 160, and it is 1 by 2 means you will get 80 by EI. So simply slope at A in the original beam is equal to shear force at A in the conjugate beam. Slope at A in the original beam is equal to shear force at A in the conjugate beam. So shear force at A in the conjugate beam is RA dash, which is equal to 80 by EI. Similarly, theta B is equal to RB dash, which is equal to 80 by EI. Now our main aim is to find deflection at point under the loads and midspan. So here is asking us to find deflection at point C, point D as well as at point E. So let us find deflection at point C now. So deflection at C in the original beam is equal to bending moment at C in the conjugate beam. So here I want to find. So I can take the right portion as well as left portion. So better I'll consider left portion because here I have only two things, RA dash and area 1. So bending moment at C in the conjugate beam. So it will become RA dash into 2 minus moment of this area about C. So RA dash into 2. So let me take the area 1. So half into 2 into 40 by EI. So 1/3 of 2 about C. 1/3 of 2. So you'll get 400 by 3 EI. So here you have to mention it as 400 by 3 EI. 3 is missing here. We can write 400 by 3 EI. Next. So we also need to find bending moment at D. So it will be same way. RB dash into 2 this area about D. So you'll get same value. Okay. If you take bending moment at D and you consider the right portion. Now bending moment at E means it is exactly at the center. So if you take exactly at the center, you can take either left portion or right portion. So here I have taken the right portion. So if you take moment about E, that is bending moment about E, so it is RA into 4 . So here the correction has been made. So it is RA into 4 at the middle point. So from C to E distance is 2. So from A to E distance is 4 meters. So RA into 4. Next, let me take the first area. So area is half into base is 2, height is 40. So moment of this area about E. So from CG of this triangle to point C, it is 1/3 of 2 plus 2. So 1/3 of 2 plus 2 moment of this area about E. Now coming to this area, means it is the area between C and E. Okay, so it's a rectangle. So base is 2, height is 20. So it is 2 into 20 by EI. So from center of this rectangle to point E, that is 2 by 2, 1 meter. Okay, so it works out to 520 by 3 EI. So that is your deflection at point E. So slope at A is 80 by EI, slope at B is 80 by EI, and deflection at C is 400 by 3 EI. Deflection at midpoint is 520 by 3 EI. Okay. Now here I have taken the 2 point loads as same. Suppose if we take 2 point loads different. Now we shall see how the problem shapes up. So here I have taken a problem where we have 2 different loads, but both are at equidistance from the supports. So in this problem we are supposed to find slope at C and deflection at D. Okay, somewhat different from our previous problems. So here I found the reactions. I think all of you know how to find these reactions. Okay, so now coming to bending moment diagram. So we got RA as 140 by 3 and RB as 160 by 3. So if we take moment about D, so it is RA into 10. So RA into 10 is 1400 by 3. And if we take moment about C, bending moment about C, let me come from this side. So it is RB into 10. So RB into 10 is 1600 by 3. So you got two values. At point E it is 1400 by 3. At point C it is 1600 by 3. Okay, so let me reduce the values by taking the cross section. So at point E we have two values of I. So for the first I it is 1400 by 3 EI. Next we have 2I. So divide this by 2. So it becomes 6. So 1400 by 6 EI. Now coming to other side. So at point C it is 1600 by 3. So first considering I value, get 1600 by 3 EI. Next considering 2I, you get 1600 by 3 EI. So like that you got this M by I diagram. So after putting this M by I diagram on a imaginary beam, it becomes a conjugate beam. So let me divide this into standard sections. This area, this is my area number 1. So here if I draw this area, draw a line. So this height is 1400 by 6 EI. Okay, and so at this point the height is 1600 by 3 EI. So let me call this as A. So this A height is how much? 1600 by 6 EI minus 1400 by 6 EI. So height of this area 2 is 100 by 3 EI. Okay, height of area 2 is 100 by 3 EI. Height of area 3 is 1400 by 6 EI. So now coming back to finding reactions in the conjugate beam, that is RA dash and RB dash. So let me add the vertical forces. So RA plus RB acting upwards. So remaining 4 areas are coming downwards. So first area is half into base is 2, height is 1400 by 3 EI. Second area is a triangle. So half into base is 10, height is 100 by 3 EI. I told how we got 100 by 3 EI. Now coming to third area is a rectangle. So base is 10, height is 1400 by 6 EI. Next the fourth one is a triangle again. So half into base is 10, height is 1600 by 3 EI. So it works out to be 7500 by 3 EI. So next second equilibrium equation is moment about A. So moment of first area about A is so here you got is 1400 by 6 EI. I am taking this term here directly. So 2/3 of 10. Next second area, this is the second area. So moment of second area about A. So it is 2/3 of 10 plus 10. 2/3 of 10 plus 10. 2/3 of 10 plus 10. It's coming to third area. So from middle of third to point A. So it is 5 plus 10. So it is 15. It's coming to fourth area. Here this is the fourth area. Same thing. Here taken here directly from here to here. So up to C it is 20 meters. 20 plus 1/3 of 10. So remaining minus RB into 30. So it works out to be RB value as this much and RA value as this much. Next, if you want to find bending moment at point D, that is here, bending moment at point D. Bending moment at D. So if you take bending moment at D, see what we get. So here you want to find deflection at D, right? So deflection at D means you should find bending moment at D. So it's better to take RA into 10, moment of this area about D. So RA into 10 minus 1400 by 3 EI into 1/3 of 10. So from CG of this triangle to point is 1/3 of 10. That's what we wrote here. RA into 10, moment of this area about point D. So it is 1/3 of 10. So here you got this bending moment value. This is also equal to your deflection at point D. Next, slope at C. Slope at C means shear force at C in the original beam. So actually it is shear force at C in the conjugate beam. So slope at C in the original beam is equal to shear force at C in the conjugate beam. So here this should be made as shear force. So this is equal to, so summation of forces, shear force means. So at point C I want, so you need to add this to RB acting upwards and this load is acting downwards. So here it's better to take this one as minus and this one as plus, because from right side upward is negative, downward is positive. It is minus RV plus this area, that is half into 10 into 1600/3. So get this value. Actually here you get negative value remains same, but here you get negative value. Okay. This is how you find slope and diffraction at a point in a simply supported beam by conjugate beam method. Thank you.